Hey, everybody, it's another episode of Our Warp World. We appreciate everybody sitting in tonight. This is going to be a fun one. We got a full house. There's like all kinds of people here today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Andrea is another week of being our interim co-host. How are you? What's going on? I know you want to try like a new little segment where we can start introducing everybody in the way you want to do it. So tell everybody what you want to do.
Well, Mark, I was thinking that this segment, that instead of going on and on about our weeks, that we could do a high and a low. So the high of your week and the low of your week. Just kind of see where you are.
Like it. We're going to give it a try. Hopefully the low isn't too depressing because my low is going to be rid and bring the whole, what was it always? Oh, no. Sorry. That's the one I wanted. So, but that's what we had. But we're going to try that. We are. But before we actually get into anything, we've got a couple. Dave. Give it up for Dave, everybody. Come on. Dave has been on this show a few times. He is one of our filling co-hosts today. He was excited last minute, so we appreciate you filling in. It was really like 20 minutes ago I asked him to do this.
You're welcome. Hi, everybody.
He's here. And for our special guest tonight, we actually do have Charles. He is what is your technical title?
So the technical title is really a lead fraud investigator.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about fun fraud stories, idiot fraud stories, big-time fraud stories. He is a big-time, big deal with a major company in fraud, and we are very interested on what's going to happen. So, but Andrea, since this is your first contribute to our Warp World, pick a person and have them go high-low. Pick a person, Andrea. Pick any person. Come on now.
Renee.
Oh, who has headphones on and a microphone, for God's sake. I love you, Renee, but with a microphone and headphones on.
You didn't specify
I didn't think I had to specify that, but okay. With headphones on and a microphone.
Well, I'm going for David.
Yay!
I
knew it. Yay, Dave. Okay, you've got what do you want to start with, a high or a low this week?
I'm gonna start with the low because considering this is a low, it's a good low.
Okay.
I made a 9 today on a par 5.
That's pretty bad. Come on now.
I'm still not over it, but considering how bad a week could go,
if
that's not so low.
To believe it, you guys are all gonna be like, well, Mark ruined the show. We might as well wrap it up with my low. All right, so what's your high?
The high is hooking the new job.
No, congrats. So, that's definitely we need more applause on that. Good job.
There you go.
When do you start the next one?
I'm a corporate senior accountant, and I just need to change a new start after the company I've been with for 7 years, and I start on Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day.
Fantastic. Way to go, dude. That's fantastic. All right. So you pick next person, high or low. We got 3 more, so you pick. Ones with headphones and microphones, please.
Well, I'm going right back to Andy.
All right.
Okay.
High or low? Which one do you want to do first?
Let me see. I'm probably going to do low, but I don't really know what my low would be. I didn't really have a low.
Well, that's good, but this is your game and you didn't have a low?
You know what? I lied. I got friendship broken up with this week. So that was a low.
Was it by text or was it face-to-face?
It was via text.
Somebody we know?
Yes. Our lives are going in different directions. So
let me guess. Female or male?
What do you think?
Male.
No.
Female.
I was going to guess female.
Ooh, she was ghosted
Have I
by
met
a
her?
female.
Yes.
A lot of times.
No, but you'd remember her.
San Diego chick.
Yeah.
You want to call her out since you guys aren't friends anymore? Call her out.
Oh no, I don't care.
I will.
Okay.
That fucking whore.
She kind of was.
Oh, now we have started.
Well,
she
can edit all
she
this.
kind of was
A little.
very promiscuous. Put it
We
that
can
way,
edit.
So. All right, so high. We know the low now. You're getting broken up by a friend. That's all happened to us. Good job. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. I've learned from a really wise, old bald guy that people jump on and off the line your whole life.
Damn straight. That's it. Thank you. See, I'm finally sitting through to people here.
Telly Savalas?
Yeah. Yes. Kojak himself actually called her up for give her advice.
Kojak
so.
from the grave.
That's it.
The high is that I don't know. I got my hair done this week by my best friend and cut off 5.5 inches.
Okay. All right. If that's a good high. That
Yeah.
is.
That's a big cut. Did you cry?
No, I mean we did have a moment of silence.
Yeah,
No.
because I've had a lot of girlfriends and I have a wife with long hair, and I always say if you're going to go more than 4 inches, seek counseling first.
It's true. I had
Because bitch going to be crying afterwards no matter what.
wife
No,
number
no, I'm
wife
good.
number 2 cut her hair and gave it to the locks thing, Goldilocks, Gritty Locks,
Oh,
whatever.
Locks for Love.
I'm sure she actually sold it for money for crack, but that's just my personal opinion on my second wife. But that's okay. That's a whole nother show. All right, so you go ahead. Now you pick. There's two.
And Mark misses her dearly.
Oh, I do. There were good deals on the meth and everything. So,
I'm gonna go to Mark.
all right, here we. So, okay. Well, I told you my low was going to be low. Okay?
I know that's
It's
what I was
gonna
gonna end with.
be- So one of my, managers died at work. I mean, 9.
What?
He didn't die at work, but he died just overnight of an asthma attack. He's been with the company for like 9 years. The whole everybody was just. We thought we were all getting laid off. We did. They pulled us all into this Zoom meeting, and I'm like, we're done. We're fine. They're going to tell us we're all let go or whatever. And they're like, yeah, Tony died last night of an asthma attack, and we're all like, Tony Thompson? I go, the guy hired me, man. So we were all. That was probably the low of the weekend. The whole office was just numb, and they canceled all meetings, and they did everything, and.
And you had mentioned he was pretty young, correct?
Yeah, I was like 34, 35. And you know what really sucks, though, is they canceled our summer event over it. We were supposed to go to Mario's card addressing, and they canceled it, so we can't even go to that next Thursday. Bunch of horse shit.
Is that Mark?
Tony, you could have
Tony, you
waited
couldn't,
2
you couldn't
weeks.
wait a week, or you couldn't say, hey, it's okay if they go. Don't worry about it.
You
It's
could have
all
wrote
right.
it on a note, text
Yeah,
it to somebody.
a bunch of, have fun Thursday
Yeah.
if I can't make it.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
Well,
but
Mark and I were talking about this last night. He had mentioned this coworker that had passed away, and I'm just imagining Mark in the meeting thinking he's getting laid off. Oh, Tony died. He's like, woo!
yeah,
Oh,
hey,
I didn't lose my job.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the high of the week versus, and the low was that you couldn't go Mario Kart.
Oh, hell yeah! I didn't lose my job.
but the high is kind of along the same line, though. Same company. I have almost gotten to the point where I've gotten my job with the least amount of responsibility for the most money. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Mom and Dad would be so proud. I had my last interviews. This job, I'm called a facilities coordinator if I get it. And I literally am by myself 3 days a week just signing for mail and whatever for the facility. And the other days I just fill up snacks and plan parties. So I am almost to the point of getting my dream job of doing nothing. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm hoping I got this because it's going to be incredible, man. I will work my way up to nothing. It is fantastic.
It's
And
called
that's-
on-the-job retirement.
I can't. Oh, it's going to be great, man. They actually asked me in the first interview because it was like I was applying for the Pentagon. 2 regular interviews, then a group interview. I'm like, this is for are you really? I'm filling snacks. I'm like, what the hell? Jesus, if you're going
But
for a real job,
can
I'd hate
you
to see what's
fill
going
the
on.
snacks correctly?
I don't. Apparently, we're going to see.
We're gonna
I have
make
to
sure
be
that
trained
you
for
can
that.
level
So,
them and
but apparently, that's going to be my new dream job. I hope everything works out and everything's great about it because I've been having way too much responsibility, and they're changing systems, which means more work. And I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. So, it's the first job that came open. I'm like, apply. It could have been janitor. I could have cared less. I was applying for something. I don't want that much responsibility anymore. All right. So we have one left. Mr. Charles, what's your high-low of the week?
Wow. Well, it's boring, but it's also like Dave. So obviously I'm a golfer as well. And coming into this week, I was lost.
Mentally, physically, was it how?
Yes.
Because it's both. It's both with golfers a lot, isn't it?
And I gotta agree with him. Yes, he was.
I was
What a
broken.
friend. He can point out your flaws in your game.
He was a bit of a mess, but
But the high is I found a pro to go take a lesson with, and
was it
he
Jesus?
yes.
Jesus, will you please teach me how to golf?
wow.
Jesus, please take the go home
Yeah,
club.
That'd be so great if you could just call. Can you help me with my golf swing, Jesus, please? That'd be great.
I just need one thing.
If
Yeah.
it were only that easy. No, but I found a great golf pro, took one lesson, he realigned everything, got me all reconnected, so I'm feeling good.
So what's the new cost to a golf lesson? How long is it?
1 hour, and depending on who you go to, it could be $80 to $150.
Does that include tip?
Yes.
Okay, so that's wow. So they're not cheap.
It always includes the tip.
No.
And
it's-
what is
it's
the
not cheap.
what is the prerequisite to become a? I mean, can you, either one of you guys? You have to have like a. You're not obviously not getting a tour card,
No,
but
no. To become a PGA pro, like where you're working at a club, to be certified, you have to go through a whole education program, which is typically anywhere from a year and a half to 2 years. And you also have to pass a playing test where for 36 holes, I think you have to be no more than like 10 or 12 over par.
Right.
okay. So that's it.
That
And-
sound about right, Charles?
That does sound about right.
but if you're making $100 a lesson and you're doing, Jesus, 15 of those a week, 16 of those a week, he probably does what, 4 or 5 a
this
day?
is somebody who was a prior tour on pro.
Oh, he was,
on,
okay.
on tour, right?
But
So-
is that the normal price? Is that the normal going price of those?
If you do a regular teaching type instructor, it's probably
For a guy of his
80
stature,
to 100.
yes.
But for
That's-
his
that's-
stature, he could charge more.
Honestly, he could probably charge close to $150 an hour.
Cool. So now is that your high too?
That is my height.
That's
because he
good. There's
fixed
nothing
me.
wrong with that. That's good. I like that.
He fixed me. Well, that's to be determined. So.
So are you going? Wow. His low was his golf game. His low
there
is-
we go. Oh, wow.
You guys,
That wouldn't be as high.
it could be.
But if his high was that he had a horrible golf game, what would his low be?
No. My low was that I had a horrible
I know.
golf game. The high was that I found somebody who fixed me.
I get confused
Oh.
easily. My bad.
These are big suburban problems, by the way. I just want everybody to know who's
These
listening.
are
If you happen to
first
be
world
in
problems.
downtown
World
LA,
problems.
living out of your car, and you're listening to this on whatever you do, we're sorry, but yeah, these are big issues.
If you're listening to this
I
from
hate
your
it.
tent
You
on
know, it
First
really is.
Avenue
I
in
mean,
L.A.
you never know where our listeners are.
Yeah.
They might have
it's-
Sirius or
it's
whatever.
Dumbass
we
fault for
get it.
living in LA.
Yeah, so but hell, it could be Joe. I don't care. If homeless, if you're listening to us, and Snoop would probably be listening,
is
so it would be
listening.
great. But yeah, that's our. I like this new segment. Yeah.
Isn't that our demographic?
But
Yeah.
now we have to hear the Charles High.
He just, dude, where you been?
good God.
Lord.
Dave.
Dave.
Edit here.
Dave,
His
the
high
highest
is
that
he
somebody
corrected his
fixed
bad
him.
golf game.
Oh, it's
Dave
all
here.
so connected.
Is
It is
Dave
also
here?
connected. Me and Andrea definitely had different stories. You two, well, you're switched.
Dave's
Yeah.
not here.
Dave, the knock, knock, knock. And that's what we do.
Hello.
One of those things. But,
Hello.
but yeah, so yeah, his ran together, but it made all the sense in the world. But apparently not today.
Dave thought it was one ongoing story.
All right, so what's the vote on this? You think we
Thank-
should
thank
do
you
this
for,
every
rescuing
time
Randy.
we get together? Should we do a high or low now? Since I'll take it. Okay,
I'm here
I
for
like it.
Sure.
Guess it depends on the viewers.
Okay. So you are hearing people in the background. Nurse Ratchet is here. We're calling her Nubby now. She had a toe problem this week, so Nubby's here. We also have Miss Mandy. You guys all know Miss Mandy. She is our second most downloaded show after, of course, mine.
Heyo.
Of course, it's after mine. And then we do have. Am I allowed to use a name? I don't want to. We have Renee here tonight. Renee is also here, and we are like a dog village. There's dogs everywhere running around here. They're having a great time tonight, except my fat Chihuahua, who's locked up and can't do anything. But we do have a fantastic show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to Charles. We're going to start talking about all kinds of fraud, good stories, all kinds of. We're going to be looking forward to it, guys. So let's go grab a drink. Let's go grab a smoke, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. Everybody, we are back with another episode of Our Warp World, Section 2, if we want to call it today on this one. We are happy, everybody, to have Charles. Let's give it up for Charles, please, everybody. Today is something we all really wanted to do. We wanted to delve in and kind of find out. You're in the world of fraud, so we want to kind of, it's yours now. Take it away, Charles.
I think you need to clarify that a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's an ex-criminal. No. He has a job where his job is to make sure that he deters fraud and catches the people that are doing wrong. So he's on the good guys, one of the good guys. So I'm going to turn it over to Charles. Charles, tell us what you do so
Well,
now we can just start,
In insurance.
in insurance. Okay. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Okay.
I don't know. Was that a deer in
We
the
are. Here you
headlights?
go.
Look,
That's
yeah.
it. Yes. Charles?
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Hey, thank you, Mark. So yes, I'm an insurance fraud investigator primarily. I investigate insurance fraud, securities fraud, internal fraud, any type of fraud that may occur or impact our company.
And how long have you been doing this?
28 years.
Wow. So you've seen everything from basically 20 years ago, obviously, it's not as sophisticated in fraud as what it is now. I mean, we all just know that just with the invention of the internet and everything else. So
100%.
what is your oldest memory of what you first started investigating? So what, like like people would be now going, oh my God, are you kidding me? So
Yeah, I mean, so early on, everything's paper. There's no, the computers that we had, obviously very antiquated from today's standards. And so mainly we're investigating forgery. Forgery involving insurance agent or somebody forging a customer signature on a form.
okay. And so where is it gone from there? I like going through the years of fraud investigation. It's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, we can think of it from a couple perspectives. So the insurance fraud or just financial fraud overall. So if we think about financial fraud, we can go way back to the days when the fraudsters would send a fax saying that they were a Nigerian prince or they were related to the
I still
Nigerian
get that, by the
prince.
way. I think I sent him some money last week.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's the really old school stuff. And now today, well, that I want to talk about a little bit later is artificial intelligence and how that's being utilized.
Oh, we're moving up to all that. We got all night, Charles. That's going to be kind of fun. But so, are you run a division? Are you got guys under you now? You've done obviously 28 years. You've done very well and moving up to where you want to be. So now, do you get to pick the cases of fraud that you want, or do they just come in from your company and they give, or do you say my team wants this? This is what?
Yeah, it's primarily what we get. So we usually get a tip, an allegation, concerns raised somewhere internally, outside. Somebody calls our fraud hotline. Somebody calls our customer service. Hey, I've been defrauded by you, or one of my accounts has been hacked.
And what is it now in terms of, I'm sure it's in the billions of dollars, do you guys lose yearly now because of fraud?
Well, I'm not going to talk about
not your company,
my own
average
company
of everybody's
right,
companies. So.
Absolutely. So if you look worldwide, there's actually studies done on this. So the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners is one of the leading fraud investigative agencies in the company. Helps support our industry, helps support training and education for fraud investigators. But they estimate that total losses in the world related to fraud can top $5 trillion.
My God, dude, that is just crazy.
Yikes.
That is just not right at all.
No, and if you equate that even to like what the U.S. debt is, I mean, that's 14% of the U.S. debt.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
unbelievable.
Yeah. But you're frauded every day. I mean, my account got hacked. They were opening up credit cards all over my name. I had to freeze it. It sucked. I mean,
yeah.
And I could throw a penny at probably somebody else that's gotten, hooked by fraud or anything else. It's just, it sucks. It really does suck. So what is I guess I also want to know now, what is your dumbest criminal, or what is what's some of your, we're going to move up to good stories and we're going to move up to all kinds of stuff, but I want to know the dumb criminals.
I like it. We're going kind of like high-low here.
Yeah, the high-low of criminals. Exactly.
Dave, follow along.
Dave, we're going to talk about golf, so if he can.
We're now talking about cheating at golf.
Yeah,
here,
okay, all right. So you had to, over the years, seen so many dumb criminals that just were idiots.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's hard to think of just one.
The thing is,
I remember one involving a guy who impersonated his father, trying to keep benefit payments going to him. I interviewed him, and he tried to say, "Oh no, I'm still a dad," and ultimately he caved and went, "Oh, sorry."
See, I can't imagine. I mean, nowadays you can't really get away with anything. I just can't imagine somebody being that stupid and then going, "Well, what gave it away? I thought it was pretty good, man. When the extra zero? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
but we still lose $5 trillion.
Yeah,
so,
it's not even so sophisticated anymore. It's like now I heard this. Well, it's not even a latest scam, but the scam is if you just, can you hear me? And if you say yes, they record your yes, and that gives you access when you're calling to your credit cards, and it's a bunch of horseshit. It's just not right. I don't understand the whole process.
Well, that's part of the whole voice cloning. So what they do is they take bits or pieces of your voice. They could rip it off of your own voicemail if you leave a personal voicemail message. Think about just this podcast.
Yeah.
They could grab hours and hours of audio of yours.
And why wouldn't they?
And why wouldn't they? and simply clone your voice and use it to attack your bank accounts.
That's crazy. And how is this now? So what is like the newest trends that you guys are now? Obviously AI, because you already touched on that. So what type of new trends are going on in the fraud world that you guys?
So a lot of it is mainly banks, other financial institutions, bad guys either calling in or trying to log into customer accounts. And there's a ton of ways that can happen, or how they actually get the information. Obviously, identity theft is huge. Everybody's personal information's been breached. That information's readily available all over the internet. So then they'll use it in order to clone your voice, because many companies have voice biometrics, detective tools. So when you use your voice as a password with your financial institution, that can be a good way to protect your account. But then the fraudsters are then cloning the voices.
So it always seems like the fraudsters are like a step ahead of everybody, doesn't it? I mean, if they know they're going to get caught, they start something like, even while they're conducting the old fraud, they're starting a new fraud, and they're starting a new trend and everything. It's amazing how they've been able to get away with. And now it's not even here; it's all in third world countries. It's like Pakistan and Afghanistan, and India's a big one. All the time I read articles about how India's, but they're so poor. I mean, it just sucks that that's what they've got to resort to, because they can't get work, and they got to scam us to pay to feed their family, or they're just assholes. But I'm sure they're probably both stories there. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of
we definitely see that. We see, because we also can trace IP addresses. So you look to see where the activity occurred from, and many times it's happening from a foreign country.
Well,
it's happening from Russia.
Let's follow through on that. Where do you mostly see those?
Oh, that's a
IP
good question.
from?
Yeah.
Where are most of the attacks coming from?
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Most of them that we see related to customer account activity is West Africa.
Really? That kind of surprises me. I would think it would be the Middle Eastern countries that hate us, that are trying to.
Most of that's going to be more of the sophisticated cyber attacks. So trying to specifically break into the entire company system.
Do you believe that I'd be naive not to say that they don't, but do you believe that most of the hacks and everything are basically done by governments of or is it really just by private people that have a little network and they're just trying to cause havoc?
It's a combination platter where there's very specific sponsored government actors, but there's also individual groups, or groups that will form with each other to help share information and tools, and use that as their network to attack companies.
And how many are on your team?
So we have a total of 14 people in my group.
Wow.
So investigators, paralegals.
Are you given new cases every day, or is it?
Yes.
So every day you get
every day something's coming in.
And but the percentage of them, what is it from like the same scam? That you're seeing the same scam, 40% of what the files come across.
The vast majority are somebody trying to break into a customer's account. That's the vast majority of them. We also have fake death claims. We also have Johnny changed the beneficiary arrangement on his policy.
Touch on the wait. I'm interested about the death claim. I am. Yeah. People try to fake their own death, or they try to.
Absolutely.
I want to hear about it.
Oh, you want details?
Yeah, I want details on that one.
Yeah, no, we
over the years. Let's have an anecdote there.
Yeah, over the years, we've seen several situations where people have tried to fake their death. Usually it ends up being overseas or in some overseas country.
So what do they send in for proof? How do they get a death certificate? Unless you're forging it, of course, or you're ordering it from some sophisticated person or whatever.
Yeah. Well, so here's the story. So we had an individual, small business owner. Small business owner business was going bad. He ended up having to borrow a lot of money, including from some private lending institutions that probably charged him significantly high rates. And he had life insurance policies that he used as collateral, and he was in deep financial trouble. So he goes to Venezuela and supposedly suffers a heart attack and dies.
Legit so far? Okay.
Yep, sounds good so far, but the wife and the daughter filed a death claim, and the paperwork didn't look quite right. So you have to dig deep and validate the
like
paperwork.
How so?
Let's get in what not right about it.
Like no coroner's report or something like that.
Yeah, no. So in this case, I believe there was a coroner's report and a death certificate, and also a certificate for death of a foreign U.S. citizen abroad. So those were all filed, but the death certificate definitely looked off. There was some information misaligned and didn't really make sense. Same thing with the death certificate or the autopsy report.
Why? So you just think they went to Venezuela and paid everybody off to go ahead and?
That's exactly what happened. So
And how did he get caught?
He went to Venezuela, bought documents, some of them from legitimate government officials, used those to file the claim. And ultimately, he was found by the FBI hiding out in a bunker in the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina.
Wow. Holy.
So he's serving about 20 years.
Hey, do you have that wah wah wah?
I do. Hold on. That's actually, wow. Wow. Absolutely. I'm glad he got caught.
20
because
years.
It's whatever. But what did the wife get one for trying to forge or doing anything like that?
Yeah, the wife was also charged, but she got probation.
Nothing big at all.
No.
She sold out her hubby.
I'm
All
sure
right,
she did.
you got to have another. I want to hear another story of something. I do. These are one of the criminals. These are what I want to hear. How these people are trying to get away with what they're doing and how they're doing it. Do you actually lose? Do you actually believe people that you know are probably scamming you, but you can't prove it, so they get what they need to do?
Yeah, there's definitely times where you can't fully prove it. And that's because sometimes you're limited. So we're a private company. We don't have subpoena power. So I can't go get bank records. I can't force.
Do you have lawyers that do that,
records.
though? If you needed to actually do it?
The only way you could do it is through a civil subpoena process.
Is there
Right.
And
You'd basically have to compel a judge to allow you to do it, correct?
Absolutely. And that's not going to happen unless you are in some very deep civil litigation with them.
All right. That's it. That's amazing to me. I just figured that. I mean,
Think
there's
about
fraud
it.
everywhere.
Lawyers are expensive.
Yeah, I'm the fake death. It would be a lot to pull off, but I guess if you are going to a country that they're on corruption, that's what they want to do. So it's just fascinating to me.
So while we're chit chatting about this stuff, how about, do you have a favorite case, a favorite fraud case that
Yeah.
you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so one of my favorite ones was the bad guy isn't always the insured or some bad foreign actor overseas. In this particular case, this was actually an insurance agent. So the insurance agent, Midwest, right in the middle of the Midwest. He's a church-going Christian. He meets a couple at church. He ends up selling the husband an $800,000 life insurance policy. And there was an additional connection at church. Our agent and the wife were Sunday school teachers.
Oh my goodness! Okay, the plot thickens. Dun dun
Wait,
dun.
the guy that sold the husband and the guy that bought the life insurance policy's wife?
His wife.
There
They were teaching Sunday school.
There
together.
is a sex scandal coming up here. That's gonna be
It
awesome.
sounds like it. It's got to be something going on, but yeah.
I mean, this
Okay.
is like Dateline with Stone Phillips coming up
Don't
here.
drink the
Don't
Kool-Aid.
drink it. Don't do it.
I think this one was on Dateline, by the way.
Really?
Yes. So, the agent and the wife all of a sudden become romantic.
No.
You knew it,
Ta-da!
Dave.
Dave called it. He did.
He
it.
called
Yeah,
it.
good job.
So they ended up
It's not a
having-
story unless there's a sexual thing going on somewhere in it. So
Well,
even
it's-
Hallmark channels have those.
I mean, especially when it involves church, it's even better.
Yeah,
It's like-
it is,
It's
okay.
just more salacious.
But it doesn't end there.
But wait.
But wait, there's more. So then they develop a plot to kill her husband.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is pretty good.
I know.
So, in order to try to kill the husband, they cut the brake lines on his Lexus. But that didn't work. He was able to
Live.
identify it quickly enough, was able to get it to the dealership. So,
And then I take it the dealership said,
Somebody's trying to
Somebody's
kill
trying to
you.
You're in
Yeah,
trouble.
I know. If the dealership
Yeah,
just goes,
he-
oh, no, we fixed him, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
What's wrong with Oh, somebody stepped the line. I don't know that line. I mean, he's freaking crazy. What? Go back to that. I don't have time, man. Somebody snipped your lines. I got to go.
so they tried a little more aggressive plan, and instead they staged a home invasion, and the agent killed the husband with a shotgun.
And so,
And that was all to collect
So
on
for
the
everybody
$800,000
listening, our four
policy.
listeners, we're all sitting here kind of stunned right now at that.
It's just kind of something that what people will do for money. I mean, and I understand money's a huge thing in life, and
So was it staged at the agent's house, like he was a jealous
No.
husband? And
No, it was at the actual couple's house. So our agent broke in, kicked the door down, or had him answer the door, bum rushed him, shot him with a shotgun.
you didn't know him though, obviously.
No.
See, I'm wondering. I mean, was the guy? I mean, he's like, if you're telling your husband, "Hey, we're gonna go kill this person," I mean, I wouldn't be Holly, you're crazy. No, I think you need to get some help. Okay, I think there's something going on here. So,
Dr. Phil.
Okay.
Oprah.
all right, I know we did not put you on here to stop at one or two stories. So more. I want to hear more. And Andy, come on, you're a host here. You need to contribute.
Well, you
here.
don't stop talking.
Oh, shut
So-
up.
like Charles is still telling a story, and you're still talking while
know
he's
what?
telling the
You're not
story.
permanent. You're not close to permanent yet.
I'm used to that with
with
Mark's
me. Yeah,
relationship.
absolutely. That's what
He's
everybody's
still
on here
talking
knows.
while
He's
you're
still-
answering.
What?
All right, shut up. All right, tell us another story.
Oh, no, I didn't wrap up the other one.
Oh,
The-
we weren't done. Oh,
the
okay.
important part is they fled to Mexico with her kids, but ended up getting caught coming back across the border. So they were both serving.
Why would you
life
want to
in
come
prison.
back over the border, though?
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't talk over him, he probably
Oh,
told us the answer.
I'm glad it's every host that it points that out. It's great. So, all right.
Would you like another story?
Yes,
sorry.
we want another story.
I was laughing. I was laughing off mic. That's
Uh,
funny.
This plays so much better on video.
Yeah. If you saw how much we laughed off mic, I tell you.
What the hell is that? Okay. All right, another story. I want to hear it. Let's go.
All right. So imagine two elderly women,
Picture it.
Olga and
Thank you for being a
Helen.
friend.
Yes.
Oh God. Okay, so
yeah. So think of two of the Golden Girls.
about 7 years.
In this case, Olga and Helen.
Okay, Olga and Helen.
Okay,
Why are you
they were
picking on
actually
the
fairly well
Norwegians?
off themselves.
We're both Norwegian. Why are you picking on them?
This
Don't
was
you know?
L.A. No,
All right, keep it down over there.
So they were actually both fairly wealthy, but they decided to hatch a plan where they were recruiting and rescuing homeless men, putting them up in apartments, giving them food and shelter. But what they actually did was then have them sign some documents and provide some personal information. Well, the personal information was to take out big life insurance policies on these homeless men.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is right. And then guess what happened? One of them
Mysteriously,
gets run over by a car.
mysteriously
Holy
died.
crap.
Mysteriously died. So Helen and Olga established this big plan and big scheme to find these homeless men, put them up, write life insurance policies on them. They would be the beneficiary of the policies. Run them over with the car. This is serious.
What
I
could
mean,
possibly
it's so
go wrong?
simplistic. It's so
What could
it's
possibly
so
nobody
simplistic.
would
Like,
ever
yeah, you're like,
suspect
wow.
That a
run 'em
homeless
over in your
person.
1996
I feel
Buick
like-
LeSabre.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a horrible lifetime story.
It,
Like,
it is a bad
it's
lifetime
a
story.
lifetime movie.
That's amazing to me that. And they're like 70 years old. Were they bored?
They were, yeah,
I mean,
they
that's
were
what I'm
in
wondering.
their
Were they-
70s. Yes.
I am
One
just shocked at that. That's wow.
Did they wear costume jewelry? Like,
It almost seems like it was a game. Like they were just okay. Well, let's go get homeless dude and let's go. Costume jewelry. Why are they wearing
Hey, you can make a lot of money quick.
I guess so,
But they actually got caught. One of the guys who was, one of the homeless guys was a little bit younger and a little more sophisticated, and he became suspicious, and he ended up reporting it, and that really uncovered the big scheme.
they got lazy. You got to stick
They
with the
did get
psycho
lazy,
older
so-
ones. You can't go with the young ones. Come on, that's getting lazy. Come on, they
got
deserve
too
to go to jail.
confident.
Yeah, exactly. They
Well,
just thought they
here's
get away
the
with
thing, too.
anything.
If
So
you pull it off once, let's say, and you got 800 grand, so 400 grand per granny there, Helen and Olga, whatever. That's not enough.
Yeah, that's a
You
lot of
got
money.
to do it again.
Well, not if you're spending $100,000 a week on, whatever you're
Hookers and
spending.
blow.
Yeah, if you're spending it on hookers and blow. No, it's not enough
You're
money to be
telling me
honest
Betty
with you.
White is
It's LA.
spending that much money on hookers and blow?
Okay,
I
one
thought,
more.
I thought it was illegal to say anything bad about Betty.
You
Yeah,
can't.
don't
That's why,
say anything
exactly.
bad
You'll
about Betty
never be
White.
invited back on if you talk shit about Betty White.
I
Don't
didn't
look
say anything
surprised.
wrong about Betty
She has to
White.
be an angel.
All right, we're moving on. I want to hear another fraud story. You're prepared over. Most of our guests, they just come up and they're like, yeah. They don't really talk a lot. This is great.
Well, I didn't write the last one down.
Oh, do you have it in your head?
So now I'm in big trouble.
Make it up as you go.
All
You
right.
can call it.
Well, who says I didn't make the previous three up?
Really, I'm a cashier at
Fries.
Fries.
I only work Tuesday and Thursday nights.
Okay.
I want to, so I don't have the best job in the world yet. If I can
I got a
have
question.
that, that'd be perfect.
Who's the best fraudster?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to name a name, but what's the best fraud you ever seen? Like, he or she almost got away from it. Got away with it. Like, dang, that was good.
As the glasses go in the mouth. Look at that.
You couldn't prep me for this question much in advance of this.
No, we like
I
putting
wasn't
people
supposed
on
to
the
be
spot.
show
I like
today.
it.
I just. I got called in about an hour before. So.
Dave, wake up.
Well, it's
Stop napping
the
from
show.
golf.
I was going to be here.
But what I want to say is, when you keep calling these people fraudsters, I feel like
Yeah.
we're in a comic book series. The fraudsters.
The fraudsters.
You just see us in like capes, just
Dun,
jumping
dun,
around,
dun,
doing
dun,
crazy
dun.
shit.
Do you have is there? How do I say? Do you know there's somebody pulling off the same stuff? Do you think there's somebody that cocky
So-
out there that's probably coming to you 4 different times, 4 different things, and he's getting away with it 4 different times? Do you? I guess do you solve more than that go through? Obviously you do. I mean, because fraud, I get
Yeah,
it,
we
but-
do. So roughly about half of all investigations are substantiated in some way. So we're able to determine, yes, some kind of fraud did occur.
Are there's got to be times that you feel guilty that probably they are real and you've had to turn them down then because there's been a hint and that's probably
Or you
happened.
don't have enough evidence, right? The reverse is you don't have
that's
enough
kind of where I was
evidence
going
to
with
be
my
able to
question.
prove the
Where it's
fraud.
like, do you have somebody
Yeah.
or a couple examples? Maybe you don't have to say it right here, but where you're like, I know
Right.
this is fraud, but I just can't get them.
Yeah. Well, so there's several times where we know it's fraud, but we don't know who did it because they're hidden behind Google Voice phone numbers.
So they've
they're
covered-
hid behind
they've covered their
a,
tracks well.
Masked VPN. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
And that's
I mean
frustrating.
that.
Yeah, we could talk all night on this. There's no doubt about it. I mean, 20 minutes is never even enough to kind of get everybody's take. But, dude, any other things you want to talk about or anything? Because it's interesting. I bet you there's 4 listeners out there. My mom, my dad, are probably
My mom,
listening
my
right now.
dad.
They're listening. You have no. I mean, it sounds like it. I mean, would you plug it as a career?
Absolutely.
Would if anyone, the young kids, well, there's really not any young, but would you plug it as a career to have people go?
100%. Pretty much everybody in my group has been there forever. So, like me, I've been doing this for 28 years. A lot of our shortest tenured investigators, 7 years.
And do you feel like you're helping the world or you're just helping your company?
Both. No, absolutely both. Because, we don't want anyone to be a victim to fraud. So we obviously try to do everything we can to protect our customers and protect our accounts. But hopefully we're also able to protect the greater, either the local area or
You're out-
the entire country.
I feel sorry for your daughter when she brings home a boy, and you're gonna know all the bullshit right off the bat, man. It's gonna
Already
you're
been
also-
there.
Yeah.
You're also protecting the
that.
shareholder.
She knows.
I mean, the average people like us, he's
Absolutely.
a major company that's that's a public
Yeah,
company.
absolutely.
And a lot of us have shares in that. So
You're doing. Yeah, I think it's fascinating. We'd love to have you back on. I mean, you're gonna stick around. We're not done, but that was a great. Hey, I'm giving him a round of applause. Come on, yeah, that was great. Thank you. So we're going to take our short little break like we always do. We're going to be right back. Hey, everybody, we're back. Our Warp World. We're going to do another segment with Charles on the fraud because we, during the break time, wanted to figure out how you work with law enforcement. We totally forgot about that, and that was in your notes and everything else. So we want to talk about how do you work with law? So what happens? Like a typical, you find what's going on. Do you have one like guy you work with down at in each precinct or whatever?
Yeah, no. So how it works, and I'll give you just a quick example. So, disability insurance can be a big product in a big area for fraud. So somebody goes on disability, they're unable to work because of X, Y, or Z, back pain, mental stress related issues. It can happen. Well, we had one that had disability claim, said he couldn't carry, couldn't lift, couldn't walk or sit for any extended period of time. We end up putting surveillance on him, and we find out that he's a scuba dive instructor, and he flies from Seattle all the way down to Aruba, and ends up leading a tour group and carrying big, heavy equipment.
That is awesome,
Well, guess
because
what?
you just covered a question I was going to ask. Is that, do you ever get like private investigators involved to surveil people?
Absolutely. Yeah, because
Well, how often? And what is there like a set amount? Is it like anything over $500,000? This is part of the investigation plan, or this is
no, it's not based on the amount, but it can be a factor depending on what the red flags are that are identified during the course of the claim review. So, did somebody just do a Google social media search on the individual and find a Facebook profile showing
Which is
that he
easy
was
to know.
a scuba dive instructor?
But I do appreciate
And then it
Mark's
can go
question
from there.
there. It's like, there's a reward for how much time are you going to put into this. If this is just a $60,000 fraud, for instance, versus $600,000,
And I'm not saying the $60,000. If I was defrauded as an individual, absolutely, I'd be going crazy. You better spend as much time as you're spending on the $600,000.
but is it worth it?
But also in a real world, is it worth it for
And
you?
that
There is a
always
worth
has to
it
be
for your
part of the
for your
equation.
department. Is
We
this
are a
really worth
business.
it or not?
Absolutely, but there could also be situations where it may be worth chasing just for the principal. And you pay more just for the principal.
Is that basically out of spite?
Oh, no,
You're doing it? It all sounds like you're doing it. I don't like this person. Out of spite.
As
Keep
an
going.
accountant, I've done some
No, but
internal
I mean,
audit.
if you-
we've busted people at some places I've worked at for just mishandling cash over just simply $2,000, just to show every other clinic manager, don't do it. Just say, don't do it,
Absolutely.
because we're going to get you.
Do you
And if it can be a case that ends up potentially with a lot of publicity, you may
do you
end
bait
up having to
people?
spend.
Yeah. Do you guys have like bait things out there and like bait scams?
No, we don't do bait. We may do some internal testing related to that, but as far as claims investigations, there's no baiting. So, but we do hire surveillance investigators to follow people around, shoot video.
Yeah. Is that's a good question, Nurse Ratchet. Is that feds or is that local authorities?
No, these are private investigators.
Just from the state, though.
No. So,
Yeah,
so this is if we hire them to do the work. But if we find internally, okay, we've identified a fraud. From that point in time, that's when we will refer it to local law enforcement, state law enforcement, federal, FBI, state departments of insurance. It depends on.
So,
what the
just a
scenario
quick
is.
question here.
Okay. So
I assume when it comes to
Yeah.
private investigators, you have your preferred vendors, like people that you use in
Yes.
different parts of the country, and like you.
Mhm.
And
Some
you vetted
have certain
different
expertise,
expertises, and you vetted them all as a company.
and we background check the background.
Hell yeah.
investigators, yes.
and so I'd be remiss to have. I didn't ask. What is the biggest amount you saved? What was your team's? Was it a $2 million fraud? Was it how much did your team personally save? One the biggest reward that you would like have a plaque that said saved $800,000 or something.
So, not 800,000, and that was obviously the case with the shotgun death,
Right. I just
and, and the run to Mexico that didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah,
darn it. I have to cross it off my list. Don't try that. That's,
I mean, some of the biggest risk avoidance that we've had is where we've been able to protect and stop potential fraud. We've had life insurance policies up to $50 million.
holy crap.
Hey.
What's the payment on that a month?
$50 million?
Dear Lord, that would be
Don't
crazy.
answer that. Don't answer that.
I didn't even think they went that high.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the same-
Saudi princes, I guess.
I mean, are we
Same as on your Prius.
I mean, seriously, are we insuring Elon Musk here? I mean, $50 million?
Yeah. No, we've insured celebrities.
would it cover if they're murdered? obviously, just doesn't cover suicide, right?
It depends. Like the Black Widow story that I told you with Helen and Olga. We didn't pay those policies out.
God,
Olga.
I would hope not, dear.
That's
There's state laws that prohibit killing somebody for.
Well, how
insurance.
about
Like,
that?
can you imagine if it wasn't?
Go figure.
How about that?
But no, can you imagine if that was actually an episode of Golden Girls? What'd you do today, Dorothy? Oh, I hit a guy. We got another check. We got another check rolling in here, Mom. We're okay. I mean, that would be a new Golden
You know
Girl.
what?
That would be
There is an
fantastic.
episode.
Now,
How
that
long
is
can
an
they get away
episode I
with
would
it?
watch. I'll tell you.
That's Golden Girls.
There
Come
is
on.
an episode of Golden Girls where Sophia commits fraud because the government keeps sending her too much money on her Social Security, so she keeps like,
Ma.
and so she's like, "Well, do you think the government really wants all this money back that a 86-year-old lady rolled around naked in?"
The answer is yes.
Yes, they do.
By the way, that was an uncanny imitation of her. That was just.
Actually,
I
if I'm
thought
not
she was
mistaken,
sitting
my
here. I
wife
was
and
like, holy shit.
I can't believe this. It was Sunday morning. I'm hungover and watching TV, and unfortunately, my wife has control of the remote. We're watching the Golden Girls, and Sophia, the old lady, is trying to get paid out by the LA Dodgers for having an incident in the outfield where she got hurt and passed out.
And Stan was trying
Correct.
to
Her
convince her
daughter's
to do it.
ex-husband
Yeah,
was.
Yes.
See how rampant fraud is?
It's everywhere. It's
Even
everywhere.
the Golden Girls.
Even in
Even the Golden
So-
Girls.
So since we are in the whole, now you guys all know our Warp World, we always end with a fun game. And sometimes they're stupid. Well, most of the time they're always stupid. They're never really, they're never really educating or anything today. But we're going to stay on our fraud or not fraud kind of fun thing. But we're going to do it in the fashion of Mark in our Warp World. So you are going to tell me, I'm going to give you the name of a celebrity woman, and you're going to tell me if they're real boobs or fake boobs. So that's fact or fiction. Real boobs or fake boobs. We go around first 1 to 5. If you win, if you guys could get all these, we will kind of go from there. So random.
This was my idea.
Charles, we're going to actually start with you since you are our official guest today. Let's go. We are going to start with Kate Upton. Are they real or are they fake?
Kate Uptons are real.
They are ding, 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 ding. Yes, Kate. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. All right. 1-0.
Well, hey,
Yeah, Renee is saying he's going to overwhelmingly win this game.
question here with the game. Can we all comment? Like, that was Charles, but can we all comment in too?
Yes, you can all comment. Well, yeah, but not afterward. After, if you get it right, we can comment after. Like, I was surprised. I thought they were probably enhancing.
No,
with
those
it, but
biggins are.
they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do a lot of research for this too, so I was on all afternoon
Hours and
it would take
hours
long.
of video.
There's a lot of stuff I had to do.
what
All
a
right,
sacrifice.
that had
that
to
is.
be-
1-0.
that'd be
You have the
terrible
lead
research
right
for
now.
you.
All right. All right, Andrea, are you ready?
I guess.
All right. Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
So now again, she's gonna answer, but after she,
Oh, good God.
I know, he's making this way more complicated. She will answer if she's wrong.
no, but don't tell
you
her
get
she's
a
wrong
chance
until we
to.
get to answer as well.
No.
Wait, why would you
Right?
to answer
Why?
if I'm
Why?
wrong
Why
for
would?
only two.
Why would you tell us we can't answer?
Andrew,
All right, let me
She's
change.
wrong.
You will.
Then
She
you
won't
get
get
a
a
chance
point,
to
and
I
you'll
love
get
you,
another,
Andy.
another
Thank you,
person.
Andy.
you may have a point.
Okay.
This guy.
Stop this common sense stuff.
All
I
right.
tell you,
Okay.
We're back to Mariah Carey.
I'm gonna say they're real.
They are. Ding, 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 ding. She specifically
but you screwed
denied
it up
she's
again.
never
You didn't
had
let
any
us
work
answer
on-
before.
I would have got that wrong.
I would have gotten that wrong too.
I would have got that wrong.
Oh, so
No,
you
but-
want
but-
everybody
but
to
you,
answer.
You only get the ding ding. You only get the sticker, the happy sticker, if it was your turn.
Okay. All right, we can
So
do
now-
that.
Yeah, that's
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are we ready?
Don't you
All
know?
right.
Dave.
Jane Fonda.
Yes.
Jane Fonda.
Fake.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes, they are. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, they
Wow.
are fake. Wow.
I didn't
very
get a chance
nice.
to answer.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get a chance. What would you have said?
I would have said fake.
Oh, you would have got it. Oh, ding, ding, ding. Okay.
Everything.
So it's
everything
How many
about Jane
jazzercise
Fonda is
videos
fake,
did you
and I'll
watch for
just
that
leave
one?
that there.
So
Not
we've got
not
one to
going
one to
too
one.
far.
Here we
I
go.
know,
Are we ready?
I know.
Here we go. Okay.
Don't like the lady.
Here we go. Charles,
Yes.
Kelly Ripa.
There are no boobs.
No, I'm asking you, Kelly Ripa.
So it's got to be fake. Or no, it's real.
Okay. What do you say?
I say they're real
I
as
say
well.
they're real.
Okay. Y'all
Oh!
wrong. Yeah, titties. She had to put in. Kelly Ripa has had a boob job. Look it up. So Kelly
better
Ripa. In fact, she
She
was
just-
like almost
she just
number
went-
one on the
she just went
list. She was almost
tasteful.
number one on the list.
She didn't go Pamela
Well,
Anderson.
she did, but she.
Pow.
Papa.
Well, why
Because
even do
because
it
it looks tasteful.
All right,
Have
are
you
you
seen
ready?
how much money that lady
All right.
makes? Andy,
Okay. Next. Next. All right. Okay. Chelsea Handler.
Oh, fake.
real.
Okay. Okay. They are real.
Fake.
They are real. Chelsea Handler's boobs are real. Okay, so I like this now. 2 to 1 to 0 or 1. 2 to 1 to 1. Okay, I like. Okay, Dave, you're right on that one. All right, here we go. Okay.
Dave, you better be recording the fact that I keep saying how right you are today.
Kim
Send that to
Kardashian.
him on a loop.
Kim Kardashian. Real or fake?
Fake.
Fake.
Okay.
Real.
Everything's fake.
Real. They are
What?
real.
No.
Yes, they
Her
are.
butt's
She has
fake,
not.
her
Her butt is fake, absolutely, but
Her
she has
life is
not
fake,
had
everything
a
is fake,
boob
but-
job.
Well,
So,
good for her.
All right.
But them titties, though.
All right, Dave. So we are at.
I think
you
we're
lost.
yeah,
Everyone's
we're all
at 2.
tied here.
Everyone's got 2. Okay. All right, Avril Lavigne.
Real.
Okay.
Fake.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
They are fake. Yes, they are fake. They are fake. Yes, they are fake. He only gets the point because he got it first. But yes, so it's 3 to 2 to 2. Yes, and our guest host is up, or not guest, our guest speaker, whatever the hell he is tonight. All right, here he goes. All
Just
right,
a guess.
So,
The fraudster.
all right.
Do-do-do.
What do I want? Who do I want?
Anyone with big boobs.
Maybe you should start it with biggest to smallest.
Martha Stewart.
Ew.
Ew. No one even wants to know.
Real or fake?
Does anybody in this crowd want
Does
to
it
know?
matter?
No.
I'm the game host. I say the names.
Who goes
I'm
first?
asking you.
starts?
Mark.
Me?
Yes,
Charles
Mark, we're back to you right now.
Well, I thought I was
Yes.
first. Real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real.
Okay. You're all correct. They are
Yeah.
real. Martha Stewart's
Thank
boobs
God. I
are
don't
real.
want to know.
You know,
Oh,
she is
so-
nice.
she ain't bad looking
She
for
is nice.
75 or whatever
75.
she is.
She's like 83. She has nice old lady pillows.
All right, who's up? All right. Are you ready?
Under her eyes or
Mandy
on
is
her
so
chest?
proud.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so it's 3 to 2 to 2. Are you ready?
Yes.
Wait, I had 3 before that.
It's 4
Oh.
to 2 to 2.
Oh, so you're almost.
But I'm the game host.
All right, here we go. Solai Moonfry, formerly Punky Brewster.
I'm going to say real.
Okay.
I'm going to say real too because I thought that girl was stacked as a young lady.
Okay. She was.
No. I think they're fake.
They are real.
What?
They are real. Yes, they are. So 4 to 3 to 3. All right, getting there.
She was one of those
Okay,
short
here we
girls
go.
like
Here we
Snooki
go.
that just boom. I'm
Ew.
serious. As a young lady, that just went boom. Just saying. Yes, sir.
All right, are you ready, Dave?
Kaboom.
Anna Faris. Fake or real?
That one's tough. Fake.
5 seconds. Okay.
Real.
Fake it is. Fake it is. They are. Yes, they are fake. All right.
Back
4,
in the
3 to
game.
3.
Back
You
in
can
the
do it
game.
here now. You know this is
See, it's because we didn't
this is
get to go
big.
see Mom live years ago.
this is
Tastefully
big.
fake.
Okay. Are we ready? Alyssa Milano.
Who's first?
You're first.
Me?
Yeah.
Fake.
Okay.
Fake.
Real.
Okay. They're fake, and Charles wins the Boo game.
Damn it.
Fake or fiction? Give
Like
it up
there
to
was
him. That
ever
is,
a
you know,
doubt.
Way to go, Charles.
You know,
way to boop there.
and what's funny is Renee was like, he was going to win this all along. She wasn't even worried about it. It was fantastic.
She was
But
right.
we always got to end in some sort of fun sexual sexual game.
I just feel like I held my own, though.
Oh.
You did.
I mean, I don't go around staring at too many boobs.
You should though. You're
I
missing out.
should.
Let
I
me
should.
give you a
Well,
wonder in life.
If anybody,
you should
Andy,
be
if
doing that a
anybody's
lot
seen
more.
Alyssa Milano lately, she's always been a pretty girl, a cute girl. It's like those tits are just too perfect. Simple as that. For a
You
50,
know what I'm thinking?
is it?
Any listeners out there?
Okay,
she
while
like-
before we
is
say
it-
goodbye,
she
let me
like a-
give you some of the other names
Oh,
that are
yeah.
out. What would you guys would have said?
Yeah, let's do
The
a
game's
rapid.
over, but let's go with some of
Let's
the-
do a rapid fire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, rapid fire. That's good. Okay.
That's what she said.
Selma Hayek.
Real.
Real.
Yeah. Wow. Did she go out
Yeah.
there and say that? Holy crap. Okay. Christina Aguilera.
Real.
Fake.
They're fake. Christina Aguilera had yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got big.
Real.
Sofia Vergara.
Real.
Damn, they're real. Yeah, you can't say fake and then go
For
real.
real.
Yeah, they are. Those are real.
They are
That's what I think makes her
real.
Pretty
She's
hot?
She's my new.
Just
girl,
pretty
right?
hot?
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Do you like her more than Mimi?
I do right now. So
Really?
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Real.
Farrah
Real.
Fawcett.
Real.
Real?
They were fake.
What?
Well,
Yes, she had fake boobs.
Not in the red swimsuit.
She had fake
Well,
boobs. I don't know what to tell you guys. Everything I read on the internet's true.
You saw it on the Ticker Talker
hey, I
once.
just
The
want to
Ticker
say,
Talker, I saw
considering
that,
how
so-
long ago that was, she must have had one of the early set of fake
Early
fake
80s.
tits.
She had them.
Real.
Okay, Katy Perry.
Fake.
Real.
Real.
Wow.
They are real. Yes, she has a. Okay.
Fake.
Fergie.
Fake.
Fake.
Jesus. Okay. Everybody knew that. Okay, a couple more before we
That's
do
why
our sign
Josh
off. All right,
Duhamel
here we
left
go.
her.
That's kind of easy, I think. Anne
Real.
Hathaway.
Real.
Real.
Wow, geez, see, I guess those were the easy ones. Okay. Christina Hendricks.
Who's that?
Real.
She's the girl from Mad Men, the redhead.
Real.
They're real.
They're nice.
I'll use a
So,
sign.
yeah,
They're
obviously
real
they're
and they're
nice.
fabulous.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one we'll see if you get Patricia Heaton. Good call, Nurse Ratchet. They are fake. They are fake.
Wow.
So guys, this was actually a lot of fun tonight. Charles, you want to come back one of these days and
I'd love
talk
to.
more fraud and everything else?
Yeah, or anything.
That's fantastic. Everybody, listen, and for another episode of Our Warp World, I think we pulled this off. Miss Andrea, thank you for being our filling co-host again. You got to come back until we can get Jim back. And Jim, if you're out there, howdy. How you doing, buddy? We
Hi,
miss you,
Jim.
Hey, Jim.
but are you ready? The feeling, everybody's saying hello. So, everybody, I want to say thank you. Everybody
Thanks
have
for
a good
being
night.
here, guys.
And everybody have a good night. Stay safe and make sure you look us up on the Ticker Talker and on Instagram.